What's happening, everybody? Brandon with iDub Hockey, joined with Nick, CCM's product manager for Protective, here to walk us through the CCM Tacks XF Pro Shin Guard line. Nick, before we get started into the incredible tech and spec, how would you first describe the fit profile and the style of player that the Tacks line is designed for?
For sure. So when we're talking about the profile, what I always like to say is these shins are made to block shots. They're made to be comfortable, right? So these products are really made for those players. Play on the PK, play on the power play that might get shots when they're in front of the net. Really an all-around great shin that offers an amazing level of protection. And in terms of which kind of player I'd love to attribute this to, I always picture Austin Matthews, right? Austin Matthews is a player that can play both sides of the ice and really likes to go into that puck battles in the corners, puck battles in front of the net. So just really a shin that's comfortable and really gives you an amazing level of protection all across.
So let's start off with the XF Pro. For the player who's driving through the lane or on the PK, protection and coverage is of the utmost importance.
Absolutely.
So how did you address that specific issue?
So we'll start off with the first piece that I always like to call out. So what we did on the calf guard to really get that side protection when players are blocking shots is we built in our D3O to really supplement that plastic JDP cap protection. So the D3O will slide nice and easily under the plastic and really help distribute that impact energy away from the calf. So all your energy isn't focalized into one area, it really gets spread all across the calf. So on top of that, what we also have is we have our plastic calf guard that again just gives another level of protection to make sure players are nice and comfortable when they're stepping on the ice. And all these reasons why you might find it, why you're only protecting the side, right? Mm-hmm. We're not. So what we also did is we protected the inside with the front of the cap with some nice D3O that's hidden away inside of our knee donut. And what the D3O does is that it really distributes impact energy away from that knee. So when players are falling down the ice, when they're getting a shot right from the front, just making sure that this whole area really fits like some sort of a brace that really just helps support the knee inside the shin guard.
We were also talking off camera that there's a specific style in order to block a shot. Yep. That's the outside of the leg, and the other leg's at a 90 degree angle. Absolutely. So how did you address that area as well?
For sure. So what we learned working with different teams, working with different AAA, NHL players, is we figured out that the way that players block shot keeps evolving, right? If you go back 10, 20 years, people were just gliding on the floor and just praying to God that they'll block a shot, right? Nowadays, we actually have techniques that skills coach are teaching the players. So players are taught more and more to really go knee down and show the most, really take the most part of the ice and really make sure they're nice and big to really make sure that the puck eventually hits them, right? So how do we do this is that, yes, we'll protect that side guard to really make sure that this leg really has a great protection level, but you also need to protect the medial. So what the medial will do is that any odd shot, any shot that you're just running by the net or you're actually in position to block the shot, well, you're protected on both sides. One with plastic inserts and the other one D3O and plastic insert to really make sure that at 360 degrees you're covered with our shins.
Now, in terms of comfort and adjustment, the Tacks has it as well.
Absolutely.
So for skating style, tongues in or tongues out, there's a great option on the inside as well. So could you touch on that?
For sure. So I'll just give you guys a little look inside. It'll always be easier. So you'll notice that inside our shin, we have our tongues in and tongues out option. So what this does is really allows the player to, depending on however they play, if they're in or out, it just gives the ability to slide this protection with the calf guard up or down depending on your style. So you'll notice right now you're in the tongues in option. So you see all this room for that skate to really fit nice and snug to make sure you don't have pressure points or lace bites. So I think this does a great job to, again, not force players to dress a certain way. We're just giving them options of adjustability, then the players can take care of the rest.
And I even noticed D3O down on the bottom of the shin liner, another area of protection, which is incredible. And as well, this adjustment in the calf guard is incredible. So walk us through that.
So the whole idea into making the calf guard adjustable is to, again, make players the option to either have it tongues in or tongues out. But what the bottom of the D3O really does, what the bottom bumper of the D3O allows players to do is, when your tongue's in or when your tongue's out, that part of your body is really exposed. So that lower part of the shin, it's a very stiff body part. It's really prone to getting injuries on that area. So again, that D3O just really limits the impact energy in that area. And what it also does is that with this bumper in the front that's really made of our exposed foam, really helps on the durability side, because this part of the shin will always rub up and down on the shin, on the skate. So it just really gives a nice cushion feeling to make sure that, again, you're avoiding lace bites and you're really helping to keep your shin guard nice and intact.
Now the Tacks, you've mentioned, maximum coverage and protection, especially with the adjustment features of the liner and the D3O foam throughout. Now this strapping system can cater to different calf sizes as well, so allowing players to get that proper fit, right?
Absolutely. So the way we the way we adjust our straps in the Tacks XF Pro is you'll notice that inside the shin, you actually have a nice spot inside to help you adjust the calf strap. So depending if you want to bring it closer or you want to bring it further for a nice tight wrap around the shin, we're just giving players the option to have that kind of feeling. So again, that nice middle calf strap really gives players the adjustability that they would require on the shin guard itself.
Now, for the player who is looking for some of these awesome features in the XF Pro in a price point that maybe is more affordable for them, the XF is going to be a great option.
We got them covered.
It has that protection story as well. So walk us through the key features and technologies of the XF.
For sure. So we'll start off with the D3O, again on the calf guard. So what the D3O will allow players to do here is to help distribute that impact energy away from that key area. And we also have supplemental coverage with the plastic guard that really slides nicely underneath. Again, just promoting the protection level on the ice and really allowing players to evolve with hockey, right? We know if we go back 10, 20 years, hockey's changed, the way players block shot is different, so our protective gear has to be able to adapt and really make sure that players, when they're in these position of block shots, that they feel confident and protected. I think our calf guard here does a great job at promoting that. And what we also have on the shin guard is, yes, we protect the calf area, but we also protect the medial. So when you notice that when you're playing hockey, we can't only protect one side of the shin, the other side has to be taken care of as well. So we have our nice plastic guards on the inside that are quite stiff, that really allow players to feel confident and protected on this side as well.
Now in terms of adjustment, it's not lacking either. It's taking some key features of that XF Pro. So walk us through the adjustment of the XF.
Absolutely. So we'll start off with the strapping. So you have our adjustable strapping on the inside of the calf strap over here. Again, just allowing players that want a tighter fit or just a looser fit, or giving players that option. What we also have in terms of adjustment is we have a fully removable liner. So I'll give you guys a little show here. So you'll notice inside, our whole removable liner, completely removable inside. So it really gives players the opportunity to make it easier to dry their gear, regardless of what they want to do it. We're just giving the option, or adjust the way the positioning of the donut is. So again, just giving more options of adjustability to players. And last but not least, we have our adjustable tongues in, tongues out option in just a much simplified way again. So you'll notice right now you have our tongues in option, but if players want to go tongues out, they could just always put back the piece and make sure that they're nice and protected there. And as I open the piece, you notice there's a little piece of D3O sitting around here, right?
Yep.
So again, promoting that protection on top of the skate for blocking shots, and also protecting the shin guard itself, because we also have an exposed foam on the outside to make sure that it doesn't rub on the skate and it keeps a nice fresh look at the bottom of the shin that usually takes a lot of damage.
Now for the player who's advancing in skill level, maybe they're on the PK now, they want to start getting into that Tacks line for their coverage and protection, this XF80 is a great starting point.
Absolutely.
So walk us through the key benefits of that XF80.
For sure. So again, I think protection on a shin guard always starts with the calf, right? Because that's one of the body parts that really get a brunt of the impact. So on our Tacks XF80, we have a great plastic calf guard to really showcase that protection level at a third price point product. But what we also have is that it's reinforced with foams as well. So you don't only have plastic, right? You have foams at the bottom that really help to distribute that impact energy away from this key area. But what we also have on this product is our JDP cap. What our JDP cap really allows players to do is, if you're falling on the ice because you're learning how to skate, or you're a veteran player that just has a more recreational level product, we still offer a great level of protection on the kneecap to really help protect those players on the ice.
And it still has that length adjustable calf strap, allowing players to adjust it to fit their calf size too. So awesome feature there as well.
I think it's super great. Again, we're not telling players how to get dressed, right?
Right.
We just want to give them a couple different options and let them do the rest.
Thanks, Nick. I appreciate you walking us through this incredible Tacks Shin Guard line this year.
My pleasure. It's always fun.
And for you at home, if you want to get your hands on one of these XF Shin Guards from CCM Hockey, you can head over to icewarehouse.com.